So what's important now is we're going to use our tool. We've already talked about make sure it's edge out. You'll see it straight away. If that man gives me a number 1 and I put my blade there, I haven't done anything other than give him a whack. In fact, if he pushes it, it keeps going on towards me, his blade comes towards me, my blade comes towards me. So I can't emphasise that enough. Always go edge out. If our man comes in and he gives me a 1 and I stop it here, this is a valid block. But what's it actually do to him? It encourages him to come away and come back again. So I could be here all day. Even if he comes with a 2, same thing, here. Okay, he's getting cut, but it doesn't mean he's definitely going to stop. So what I want to talk you through is the flow drill. Now we're going to do this off numbers 1 through to 5 and 12. Really because they're just the basic standard angles of attack, the thrust and the overhead strike. So why do we bother doing a flow drill? Well, the point is just to get the training depth, the training range, and to understand exactly what you're doing with the blade. Safety with your own blade is as paramount as dealing with the blade coming towards you. Because if you're getting cut with your own blade, something's going very wrong. Okay? So flow drill itself is the technique that's going to allow us to work together. It's a give and receive drill. We're both going to end up dying at the end of this. It's just a training drill to allow you to learn the ranges. So when that strike comes in, the first thing I'm going to do is put my tool in the way. If I can do that, and it's not grabbed, for instance, grab that for me, Emma. If it's not grabbed, I have to put my hand in, if it is grabbed. If this isn't grabbed, the first thing I can do when I'm there is put my tool in the way. And that's what we're talking about, this mixer effect. Okay? But we've already talked about, on here, I'm encouraging him to bounce off and come back and cut towards me again. So we're going to change something slightly. As he does his cut, I'm going to push his hand through. So it's an open position, cutting all the way through. If he comes again, stop, pass through. Now this does 2 very effective things for me. The first thing it does is it maximises his contact with my blade. So I guarantee that I'm going to get a cut somewhere in the pass through. The second thing it does for me here, if you see it, if you stop after I pass you there, man, if he stops in that position now, his original attack has been thwarted, for want of a better word. He's now got to come back on a different angle and think about the next attack. So I'm passing him through to the opposite side. I'm not allowing him to stay on the side he was quite happy with. If he's throwing his punch here, he's throwing his punch here. If he now checks to the outside and pushes it off, I can't use this strike anymore. I've now probably got to go through and go with the backhand. So that's what we're doing with the blade. When this one comes in, I'm checking it and I'm passing it through. So we also now need to look at this stage, the open and close principle. Your arms do one thing, they hinge. They hinge out, they hinge in, and they can cross over. So if I'm talking about an open-close principle, the first thing I do in this drill when he comes towards me is I'm in an open drill, I'm in an open position. I'm going to check, and I'm going to pass through, and I'm now in a closed position. In general, if he goes quickly on his return, so I'm going to pass this through, he's going to come back from here. I don't have time to change and open back out again. So what do? We stay in the open position, we close. From here, I'm in the closed position, and I can open back up. So we go again. Open position. I'm going to close it. I don't have time to change, so I turn my hip, put my tool in the way, and I open back up again. That's the basic principle of the flow drill. All we're going to do is work it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and the 12 position. So all the principles apply. Tool first. Passing through, safety with your own blade from here. Don't open your hand up. We don't need to change now. I'm just turning, facing the tool towards him. It's the first thing that contacts. I'm going to open up. If I'm in an open position, the next opportunity I've got is going to be a closed position. So I drop my tool, I'm passing through. I'm in a closed position, I'm going to open up. I'm in a closed position, open position, I'm going to close back. He comes over the top, I'm opening up again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 12. I'm going to flow through it again. I want to show you a few other important bits. So from here, tool first, passing through, tool, pass. Now we need to break at this position here and stop. I've dropped my weapon for one specific reason. If I come from this position and just put it down, look at the way my blade faces. I'm encouraging him again to draw in towards me and cut. So I'm cramming, I'm stopping it. If he pushes towards that now, he actually goes away from me. So it's really important any time you see a low strike coming in, drop your weapon in and encourage him to go where you want him to go. The same on the backhand. From here, my blade is now facing away. If I push through, his hand's going to go in that position. When we get to the thrust, is it enough for me to stop here and do this? Very, very close. And if he really means that when he comes in, as we saw earlier in the DVD, he's really going to stab into me. I haven't really got much of a chance. So what can I do to minimise my risk here? My tool goes in first, and I turn my body off to one side. We're going to turn this around in a minute. So I turn my body. Now if he thrusts forward, keeps going, he's going past my body. Yeah, he can turn and cut, but I'm minimising my risk. Turning it through, here, turning it through. So when his 5 comes in, pass, off to the side. He comes over the top. I'm in a closed position here. All I've got to do is raise up. I don't need to open my hand. I don't need to change the angle of my blade. I'm just going to raise and block. And I'm going to roof block as we come out. Now I'm going to let you see it A-man style. He's going to come back to me. Tool first, pass. Tool pass, here, pass, through. So we're going to stop there.